Hello, folks. We're back. Actually, episode 3. You just wait. I'm just trying to get my notes out. Actually, this
prepared.
is comfy.
I have it.
Well, I wrote
have
them.
it. I have it printed
I have
out.
it printed out.
We're in a parking lot. We're different. Duh. Where else would we?
We're in a parking lot that's outdoors today.
It's outdoors.
Yesterday was.
I'm wearing a sweater and it's like 80 degrees. So.
Also, my outfit. Okay, let me excuse that. So I thought we were refilming another episode, and I was like, wait, this shirt actually fits better. But looking at it closely, so it's SpongeBob and Patrick. Looking at it closely, they're racing. Okay, they're riding motorcycles.
What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today?
Racing cars. Racing suits. Sorry.
Yes.
And. Ferrari got P2, P3. Oh my gosh.
At the time that we're filming this, it is the which one?
The Austria
Race.
race.
So
Sprint race.
probably by the time this episode comes out,
You would already know.
we already know.
But
one.
for me, it's still raw in here.
Yeah.
My Ferrari boys. I'm so happy for them.
So you can say you're a Ferrari fan. You're gonna love this episode. Actually, I think I'm gonna stay like this for the podcast. Do you guys mind? We're both wearing white. Why is that? Do you think?
I'm gonna unbutton one.
Oh, we're getting risky in here.
No.
It's getting a little bit risky in here. Oh my gosh, we don't have to film the intro
No.
because we already have it.
Because you know who we are. Hopefully by this time.
Also, we already have the audio saved, right?
Yeah.
And Natalie made a cute little intro. Sorry, that's my phone. A cute little intro. Is it GIF or GIF? The internet is gonna rage.
Not
GIF,
it's gift.
right?
No.
It's a gift
It's
for
not
you guys.
Gift.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You'll
It's
see
basically
it.
not the G, it's the J or something like that. I don't know what people are saying.
I don't know. But it's
For
a
me, it's
gift for you guys.
For me, it's Jif. And I guess it's gift.
Jif is a peanut butter. Jiffy.
Yeah, but it just makes sense. For me.
Does Jiffy have 2 F's or 1 F?
It would.
You know why? Nick Lewis.
Lyrically.
No, you know why? Because of the Mandela effect. That's why.
Is that what you're
Anyway, that's another episode.
That's today's episode.
Sorry.
But I'm excited about today's
We could tell.
because it's about racing suits. I'm obsessed with F1 right now.
You're obsessed with Charles Leclerc right now. That's weird.
Just say
You know what? You know what? We love him.
We
But you know
do.
who we also love?
Chickle.
Yes. But you know who we also love?
Lewis Hamilton.
Yes. But you know who we also love?
Carlos Sainz.
Yes, of course. Do you know who we also love?
Lando Norris. Lando, we can be
Yes.
champion.
Yes. But do you know who we also...
Toto.
Yes. Toto Wolf. That's a really deformed heart.
She's like,
I know, I should have put my photos. Just kidding, Toto Wolf. I respect you. Love the work you're doing. Also, love your wife. We're going to be talking about her today. Okay. Intro. I'm trying to figure this out. Natalie's really excited and she's not joking. Can you tell that she's not containing her emotion right now? She's so expressive in this moment.
I am. I'm also very hot.
Also,
We found shade though.
can we talk about the fact that I know that you're going to wake up at the butt crack of dawn
On Sunday?
to see the race? Like, I just remember that. That's
I
a
will.
part of this.
I'm behind on sleep, but I will.
What time is it?
At 6 a.m.
Oh my god.
But you know,
Sweetie, that's my day
gotta
to
brush
sleep
my
in.
teeth. Gotta get a sweater. Make sure my phone's, my
So
AirPods are
5
charged.
in the morning.
Yeah.
5 in the morning.
Get myself some coffee.
You know what I was thinking the other day? Going
were
back
you
to my
thinking?
shirt. Kind of. Not really. I saw a car. There was a Tesla.
No.
And it had... the Herbie fully loaded, like, thingy.
Wait, was it the one that was over there?
Yeah.
The other parking structure?
Yeah, and it was like a Tesla and they had it.
I told
Okay.
you, yeah.
I thought in my head, right? Did Herbie fully loaded walk so that F1 could run? Like, think about it realistically. Okay, it's girls racing. All right? It's a great car.
It's a great car.
I mean...
It could be.
Psychologically,
if
did
you are
we
an F1
put those two together?
girly fan, or you also a Herbie Fully Loaded fan.
The Lindsay Lohan version.
Yes.
I'm just saying. You can't put 2 and 2 together
Makes sense.
and have them not make 4.
What?
2
and 2 together. That processed so slowly in my brain.
Sweetie, math is life.
For you.
Yeah, I know. People really think I'm out here being a mathematician. I'm not.
Are you sure about that? She could be like, you divided, she's like, your total is this. I'm like, this?
Sometimes I beat the calculator and I impress myself. I'm like, whoa.
Like you beat time.
Yeah. I'd be
like racing.
You know? But then other times I'm like, what is it? And I'm like, 21, you know? Those are like 2 parts of my brain.
I guess.
Okay, we're not talking about maths.
You started.
Even though there is maths in the engineering that goes on.
In the sewing.
To build the cars.
In the patterns.
Oh, to make the outfits.
To make the racing suits.
Let's bring it back home. Anyways, that's what this episode is about. Welcome us on our journey.
There's an airplane passing by.
We live next to an airport. Love it. Okay. Do you want to say anything? That's it?
Am I going to say anything? The world going to say anything? It's nature. I'm just really tired.
I couldn't tell.
That was disgusting. Please tell me never do that again.
I tell you, you don't listen.
Okay, let's get this episode started because...
Sorry.
That's kind of grosera of you.
Okay. Also, we saw a backpack today.
Backpack.
What was the backpack? It was cute.
It was Lightning McQueen.
Also,
Rayo McQueen.
If you were a fan of that movie too.
You're a fan of what?
And you're
F1.
a fan of F1? What does that say about our society? Psychologically. I don't know.
Oh, my stomach's grumbling.
There's water. And...
I hate applesauce. Don't even I know what you're going to pull out. I hate applesauce.
Why do you hate applesauce?
You know what we should have?
Applesauce hater.
We're like getting really sidetracked, but this is important. You know what we should have in our car?
If you say a full apple, I'm going to riot.
No. Like, we should have like cups, mugs. Like, as we're talking, like...
Sweetie, beat you to it.
Okay, but you can't...
Oh, because I can't do promo on it, huh?
Yeah.
Sweetie, I beat you to it. You can't see the logo. That's gross. Yeah. Let's get pink cups. And a green cup.
A Stanley. Give me that.
I thought we couldn't do...
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Sometimes.
Could do
You know what? Can we also get like a pillow here?
That's a you problem.
Like, oh my god. It's like folded.
Okay, let's get this episode started because we will not get it started.
Let's get it started. Right, Queenie. Is it too late to get my sunglasses? Because, like...
Kind of is. I already pressed record and your butt is making a cameo again.
Hi, I have Vans. Hold on. Put pause. Or...
Just keep going.
Chat it up, Natalie, while I get my glasses. I'm really gonna get my... I'm so sorry.
Why? The sun's not hitting
The
you.
sun... Do you not see it on my
It's
arm?
hitting your arm, not your eyes.
Yeah, so it's coming from my eyes next. Oh, shit. You know, stall them.
I just want you to hear it.
Stall our guests.
I love how you're saying stall it, yet you're opening it right next to the microphone so you can hear.
They're not in here? Oh my... Hold on. Now we have a different issue. Where are my sunglasses in here? Oh, they are. They are. Queenie,
It just, it looks... It doesn't...
Babes, don't be a hater. I look so much better now.
Alright, so for today's episode, if the intro did not give it away if we were talking about what the theme is.
My love for Toto Wolf.
Leslie's love for Toto Wolf. Or Leslie's shirt. Can you like fully, yeah.
Bikini bottom.
You didn't have to say it in that accent, right? Bikini bottom.
Okay. I can't say it. I can't say it without laughing.
Say it. I want to know.
Bikini bottom.
Bikini
bottom. Just kidding. I'm
You're
sorry.
really, really.
I'm sorry.
like,
I
is there
had a
someone who
cookie. I
had
had a chocolate chip cookie.
That's great.
I tried that Sprouts $5 thingy. Love it. Got me a
Okay.
water. Got me cookie. Got me chips. I still haven't finished. The applesauce Natalie doesn't want. And a sandwich. For $5.
That is $6.
Well, with change is like $5.45 or something.
Anyways,
Any worries
we're gonna.
that I'm too cool for school? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Guys,
It's
I'm
that
like,
cookie.
I'm like exhausted, and I'm just trying to get into this episode. And
Some days in relationships, Natalie, not everyone could give it 100%. So I am giving it 190% for you right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is like my third time trying to start.
Sorry. I'll be quiet now.
I feel like this whole podcast is gonna be just laughing. This episode is gonna be of us laughing. Like if
There's nothing wrong with
for those that are listening, if they could see Leslie's facial expressions,
What?
your facial expressions,
My compressions.
your facial expressions,
I know.
if they could see it.
If only. Actually, you can. Go watch our YouTube video. Subscribe.
You slid in there.
Please, Queenies. Also, can we talk about the way that we're going to call you guys Queenies, okay? Has nothing to do with the agenda. It just has to do with the vibe. Queenies. We agreed to that, right?
I guess. I mean,
You... You've been saying that.
I liked it once in the first episode.
Queenies.
This is an ASMR podcast. This is
Today's episode, we're talking about Toto Wolf, the love of my life.
daddy issues.
My dad did pass away, indeed.
Oh.
We're getting dark. Also, Natalie has a fat crush on Charles Leclerc. So Charles, if you're listening, please fall in love with my sister. Thank you. Proceed.
All right. Well, after the 5th time of me trying to start it, where, who, when were the racing suits invented? It was invented in around like the 1950s, no, 1960s, when racing was starting to be a thing.
According to our research, yes.
According to our research, yes.
Got notes.
And I feel like over the years it kind of developed in where, like, not just like pattern wise and, you know, like
Fabric.
what they made, but it had to do a lot with the safety of the drivers, especially.
Yes.
Because in years now, we've seen a lot of like accidents that happen that, like, there's fire, there's this, there's that, and anything that they could do to protect the driver at all costs.
I'm trying so hard not to make a joke right now.
What are you gonna say? This girl is so fun.
Actually, no. You know what I was going to say?
What?
Nothing. It's just an incident. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Love your outfit.
I probably changed the way my shirt looks like a billion times.
By the end of this video, she's going to just have the TikTok on.
Have you seen that TikTok? I don't know if I sent it to you, but there was a TikTok going around of Khloe Kardashian talking to Scott.
Yeah.
And like every time the camera pans off of her and then back to her, she
Her
has
hair?
a different hairstyle.
Yeah.
So one of those she has.
I thought it was an edit.
No. That's what I said.
Okay.
How did this get through? Like
By the end of this episode, Natalie's like going to have just a TikTok
Ferrari
on.
shirt. I don't have one.
I know.
If I were to get one, I'd be ecstatic.
Okay.
Anyways.
So go back to what you were saying, Queenie, about how the outfits had to be fireproof.
So yeah, so
This girl is...
that has to do a lot with it, yes.
Uh-huh.
The racing suits were invented between the year 1950 1960 when driving was a big thing. I don't know if it's particular just F1. I know there's
There's, like, NASCAR.
there's karting, there's all that stuff. But it became a more like
protocol.
It was like it was more considered like a sport because it is everything that they go through and stuff. So they focused. I feel like they focused a lot. It had to do with the safety of the drivers, not just as well as like building the car and everything. It had to do as well as making sure that the driver was safe. And I think now, funny enough, but now getting that audio of Toto kind of like talking about his racers and everything about Checo.
I have it printed out.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like it kind of comes back to this because he was doing it for something on the car.
Yeah.
For the safety of the drivers.
Yeah. So that's like a big focus.
It's like a big thing. And it's appreciative that they consider them not just like a toy. Like, if you think about it, just someone in the car. Like,
just a
it's
driver.
An actual person. And they appreciate all the hard work that they put in.
Yeah. And there have been a lot of scary accidents. If you're an F1 fan or really anything to do with racing, you know a couple of, memorable moments. And some that did end tragically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're not going to go into that bummer energy, okay?
No.
This is good. But, okay, so basically I'm going to, like, read off my notes. So they're made out of Noxem, Nomex,
like
Nomex, something like that. Noxem, Nomex, I don't know how to pronounce it, right? But basically, like, the material, how Natalie said, it has to be fireproof, right? And then it's always very customary to have sponsors on the outfit. So it's like a onesie, like a big jumpsuit type of thing. They also have gloves, and then obviously their helmets.
They have helmets.
But their suit specifically will always have, like, whoever's sponsoring them. So, for example, Ferrari, they have Puma, Ray-Ban,
Shell, the Scott Bank. I know all this.
Yeah.
Social Bank.
Yeah. So, usually every team has, like, a different sponsors.
Either it's tagged to the actual, like,
brand
like the F1 team or the actual racer. So for like Carlos, he has one of the beer. I always forget which one. Estrella, something like that.
Because he's
so he has the beer. So therefore Ferrari's tagged to that because he's a Ferrari driver.
Yeah.
So it has a lot also sometimes to do with that.
Yeah. So if you could if you look at their outfits, they all have sponsors all over
and their
them.
colors too.
Yeah, and their colors.
And they have their set colors, and those are the colors that you'll see them when they're in either doing interviews, quali, any of that. You'll see them wear those colors.
And they also have different, I mean, even though it's the same material that they use, but they have different outfits every, like, for quali and then for the actual race. Like, it'll be a different suit. Even though it looks red or it looks like whatever color, it's still a different suit that
also,
they use.
for, like, their home races, like, as of what I know, oh my god, something rang.
I think you got a message.
Sorry. That was my mom. I love you, Mom.
Love
Anyways, so, like, for, like, I'm saying Ferrari because I've seen them mostly do it rather than other teams. Also
Red Bull
because,
also,
but, like, when they're in their home races, like, they do a lot of, like, the suit. Like, the whole thing, even though it's still Ferrari, but the whole thing has to do with the driver's, like, home race. So for, like,
the flag,
the colors, and
artwork.
all that stuff, And, like, I feel like for other ones, I've possibly only seen them do, like, the helmet.
Yeah.
Rather than the full racing suit.
True, yeah. Because I could think of, like, Hamilton doing that.
Checo.
Where they even will have, some of them have, like, people design, like, fans design their helmet. That's, like, from their home race.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of sweet.
That's kind of cool, yeah. And that's also a part of the racing suit. That's very important, especially for their head.
Yeah.
Protection, because they're, like, driving so fast that's, like, this guy has to give them comfort.
Sweating, losing weight in there.
Have a little water thing.
Yeah.
Some of them, like, I don't know if you heard, I don't know if it was Carlos or Charles, but one of them, I guess, they pressed the button and it got stuck.
No.
And the water just kept shooting it, so they were, like, choking. I think it was Carlos.
No, wasn't it George Russell when he was like, "Is it raining in here?"
No, it was him sweating.
Oh,
that was him sweating. That was him sweating.
That's kind of funny.
But there was like one, like, because the tube, I guess, like the little thing got stuck.
And it kept shooting.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
So it's kind of funny though.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, the vehicle is moving. No, I am not driving. Natalie is. But I thought a great way to end this video is to show you how Natalie drives. Ready? Look at her. 10 and 2, baby. Mad respect. This is what happens, kids, and you get your license on your first try. Not like me. I got it my third try. Almost my fourth. We indeed moved locations because my right hand was getting toasted.
It was hot.
It was really hot.
It's like 80 degrees and
Yeah, so we
also, why does my hair look like that? Like, sorry guys.
Also, for those of you guys who are listening, Avi, you will not notice the difference in the camera change. But we do, and we like this better. I feel like this angle is more personal.
It's more like,
And Natalie said
like
I
your
couldn't
face.
lie down.
It's like you're FaceTiming your family.
Your besties.
That's what we're
You're
doing.
your Queenies.
There we go. You brought it back.
We like this angle better.
Yeah.
And also, Natalie said I couldn't lay down, so
I just felt like it was like,
improper.
yeah.
I
Just
get
to
it.
give you, yeah,
And this way you guys could
100%.
see my shirt close up. Look at how cute.
It's cute.
Patrick is giving prison mic vibes.
Only if his bandana thing, it was different.
Blue. Is it blue? All right, Queenie. Chat it up. What did you want to talk to us about today?
So we finished off with talking about basically the suit, why it was invented, why it was
The
so
why.
the how. Where
Oh, yeah.
are the suits mostly known, or where we see them most?
All right, I got a list for you. So these are
One.
the top racing cars races.
Uh-huh.
That made no sense. You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are the races that are most memorable. All right, we got Formula 1,
Formula One.
right? Obviously, under that we got Formula 2, and
Formula
all the way,
3,
all the way down. Yeah.
All that.
We also got NASCAR,
Okay.
right? We got the National Hot Rod Association. Some of you guys forget about that one. We also have the U.S. Auto Club, all right? It's not just a bumper sticker, guys. It's an actual race, all right? We got the Champ Car, and obviously the Formula One Academy, which is known as the Indy Car, which, you know, that's the lower one.
No. The Indy car is something
It's
different.
My notes are wrong.
The Indy car is something different. The Formula One Academy is the women's one. It's
Okay,
just
yeah,
strictly
yeah.
the women's one.
I
The
forgot
Indy
about
car is something different. Yeah, it has a lot of like people that have to do with the like
Formula One.
that are like the teams and stuff.
Yes.
There's also another one. I forget what it's called, but they just recently the Ferrari team won
Yes.
under that racing genre. I forgot what it was called though,
Yes.
but they won.
But can we circle back to the
The
Academy?
F1
Academy.
girlies.
This is why we're here. Women supporting women.
Woo woo. First and foremost, thank you to Miss Susie Wolf, aka Toto Wolf's wife,
Love her.
for stepping up and basically saying, "You don't want me in your Formula One. I'm gonna create my own Formula One."
Love it. Love
And
it.
she created her own Formula One Academy for women.
Yep.
And women are kicking butt.
They are.
They
Also,
are.
can we talk about someone who always supports women, who has the bombest shows right now? Hello Sunshine owner and founder, Miss Reese Witherspoon. Because what did she do?
She is. I don't know if it's official, like officially, like you can do it or watch it
yet.
yet,
yeah.
but they are working for a way for basically like how there is a Formula One TV app that you can get for whatever the subscription to watch it, or if you have ESPN, all that stuff. They're making their own production through the Hello Sunshine, so we can watch the Formula One Academy.
Girlies.
Because
Yes.
we couldn't watch it. We
As
were
of right
told,
now-
but we couldn't watch any of that.
Yeah. As of right now, it's only like I follow them on Instagram and stuff, so I get updates through that through social media. But they don't have like a Drive to Survive Netflix show, or even just to actually
See it live.
view the races live, because you know it's still a male dominant sport, and so but I love that women are like no, we're doing this and we're doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, another thing I find interesting too, I think, especially with TikTok and with Drive to Survive, a lot of girlies have become F1 fans, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny to think, I think it was the year before they actually started filming the Drive to Survive, or it was around that time. There used to be these girls, like the pit girls, right? They were like cheerleaders for the F1 racers, right? And so I think it's crazy because I'm saying our generation, right? Because we started watching it recently, right?
Yeah.
Had no idea that there was even pit girls. So we're coming in on this high of like, we're creating our own races. Like we're out there competing with, you know, like with the group of like-minded women. And in the sense of like racing, obviously. And you also see, how you said, the Formula Academy. You see also like Lizzie McIntosh, is that how you say her name?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, a whole bunch of like girlies who are out here on TikTok and social media and are just doing like, they're out there doing their job as journalists, as drivers, as everything. But like those are the women that we're looking up to right now. For anyone who has started watching F1 recently, right?
Yes, and you want to know more of the knowledge because I feel like if you were to ask a guy, not saying that this is all guys, but it's some guys, if you were to ask a question like, what does the red flag mean? What does the checkered flag mean? Or something like that.
You will get belittled.
Yes, and they will kind of like mansplain it to you.
Yes.
And you're actually asking because you want to know. And I feel like
further educate yourself.
Yeah, and I feel like for women that have podcasts, women that have the TikToks and everything, or just simply like people that are on TikTok and that create these cute like little slideshows explaining each little thing. I think that's like,
you're doing God's work.
You're dedicating yourself to it. We appreciate it, especially for people that are coming in, or for us girls that are it's like, oh wait, what was that again? Like, what does that mean? Like
we're creating our own community to be a part of it. And I think it's just so welcoming. Also, I think it's so much more different than just seeing girls be cheerleaders. Like, no, now we have girls who are racers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, even though there is still a long way to go till you see women in the actual formula races, but I feel like it's a great place to start.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's really nice.
Yeah, and then also, like, it has to do a lot with, like, how women are able to take on so much. So this sport is so much, like, there's so much going on. There's so much chaos. There's so much stuff in the background and everything. That for us, it's like, we love this. And we want to get so invested.
Adrenaline rush there.
Yeah, and, like, and not just of that, like, not only are we invested in, like, oh my gosh, the guys are so hot. That is number one. But number two, where it's like, okay, these, like, shirts that you have of like
oh my gosh,
of the team ones,
the merch.
Like it's just some of them it's like, okay, that's not the aesthetic. That's
cute.
Yeah. We have these girlies designing,
love it,
making stuff,
Etsy shops,
everything that are aesthetic, or even simply taking the actual like
funny phrases.
The funny phrases, making them into shirts, but like the actual like the team one that they have sold, but like making into corsets, like that video you sent me of someone making a Ferrari shirt into a corset.
I still want one.
And like, and they're taking time, they're taking energy, they're taking their ideas and presenting it to the world and offering it to us to either get some ideas or to like be like, hey, I'm gonna support you because that's kind of cool.
Yes, it's great. And I think going back to how you were saying how it was kind of like boring and bland, right? I mean, no shade on men. We love you guys. But I think I always go back to that one scene in Little Women where Amy is little and she gets like in trouble with the teacher, right? And so she's at the house, at Timothy Chalamet's house, you know? She's at Laurie's house. And the minute that like the mom walks in and Joe and everyone kind of walks in,
all the girls,
all the girlies, it's like a whirlwind, right? It's like the men come to life, and then the minute that they leave, it's just like all quiet and like,
and they're like back to work.
Yeah, back to work. And it's just like, I feel like that's what we right, if I could include ourselves, we have done with Formula One.
Yes,
and
I know, definitely. Especially the memes. I think like I feel like some memes, yes, they're of boys, but if you go on Twitter, I for a fact know that these are the girlies that are roasting them, but they're like sweet when they roast them. You know, like it's not like something so hard.
Skyrocketing.
Yeah. So I feel like
trending.
it's like it's us girls that are doing it, and then guys are just like trying to take over, and it's like no, you're stepping into my territory.
Oh my God.
It helps that the racers are hot.
Yes, but that's not the end all be all.
Exactly.
Like, you know,
it's just something we're also dedicated into learning, into wanting, and sometimes everyone's like, I don't want to like, I want to gatekeep it and all stuff. Thank you for not gatekeeping it, because it's like such a good thing. Yeah, you showed it to me. I heard of it. I watched TikToks about it, but I wasn't like, I was like what is this? Yeah, like I didn't understand it. And I think we started watching The Drive to Survive, and then it started coming out on my TikTok, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I like 100% number one fan. Yeah.
Love. 10 out of 10.
Because of my love for Formula One.
All right. Did you change your hair?
I just put in a ponytail.
You're pulling a Chloe. You're pulling a Chloe on
Yeah,
us.
because I feel like with it in a bun, I look like the person from, not the person, like, more respects, I'm so sorry.
I know.
But from Friends, the girl, she's like, Joey! You know how she always has her hair up? Yeah. That's how I felt like I looked like with my hair up.
I thought you were gonna, like, last time when you said that, you look like the teacher from Matilda.
Oh, yeah, last time. It was mostly because I was like, I feel like when you're truly trying to put, like, a slick back bun or, like, a messy bun, it doesn't look like that. And when you're not trying, is what it does. So that day I was genuinely trying, and I look like that.
You look like that.
And especially with, like, you know, if you're Mexican, you know that your mom te lambía
with gel.
Te sacaba los ojos.
Yep.
Because, like,
and a paddle brush, like,
yeah.
I mean, we literally have a paddle brush here because Natalie does her hair on the road.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It looks great.
Today, I didn't try. I just, like, let's hope it tries. It works, and it does.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, yeah.
I love it.
We like it.
All right. Bringing this topic, right? Back to fashion. We started off with the racing suit, what it meant, what was the reason for it, what was the reason. And, you know, a little bit of feminism came through. Mm-hmm. And now... Sorry.
No, I said, as always, we need to
sprinkle that in, baby.
Sprinkle that in. Talk about our ladies. We love you.
Mad respect,
yeah.
And now, fashion. Something very exciting.
Yeah.
That's really the topic of this.
And, I think especially for clothing wise, we see a lot of things that have to do with, like, because not just specifically F1, there's NASCAR, there's Mr. Lightning McQueen, you know, the GOAT.
The real MVP.
The real GOAT. But, like, anything that has to do with that, like, I've seen it a lot with, like, both men and women, but, like, with, like, the street style and how they wear it, and they make them look so badass. Yeah, like, they present themselves so badass, and that's what the sport is. The sport is very badass, depending on what type of area of racing you are coming from as a fan or as a racer.
Even if you don't even race, just, like, wearing, like, a motorcycle jacket that's, like, vintage or something.
It's so badass.
A racing jacket, so badass.
And I feel like, and I think, like, especially designers, when they see that there's a trend going, they want to add it into their line of work. Inspired. And like, it's like, this is kind of cool. Like, they do collabs and all this stuff, and it's like limited edition, and like, that's where you get us hooked. Especially because I think it was, I want to say, either American Eagle or Aeropostale, but they had a collab with McLaren, and they did like the t-shirts and stuff. I still want one. Yes. Because of Lando. Lando. We could be world champion. But there's other ones. I know that you have one from Cotton On that's just like of the NASCAR cars, and then you had there was another one. I think it was just like jacket, no?
Cars that they use, like it was like how the cars are built on the inside, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But it was just like a random race car.
Yeah. So like, I feel like they either do like the luxury ones do something like very like out there, or the other ones, like, not saying the other ones, but the fast fashion ones do a lot of like graphic tees, a lot of like whatever's hot at the moment.
Yeah, trends.
Yeah, and I think also, like, yes, I will be talking about Ferrari. Count how many times I've talked
I
about
knew you were
Ferrari.
gonna bring this up.
I
knew
know.
it.
But Ferrari has launched, or I don't know if they probably done it before, but just recently it's been more like known.
Actually, I think it's just been
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they started their own like collection.
Fashion. Runway.
Like fashion. And I was gonna think like, oh my gosh, they're gonna have like the horse all big. No, these things are so cute.
Classy,
there's
baby.
dresses there's this dress I want, and I was like,
good.
I don't have that money, but like if I ever did, I would love to purchase that dress.
Ferrari, if you want us to try out your clothes, we will.
I will pull it up so you
It's
guys
beautiful.
can tell. It's like a blue something.
So the designer. So actually, I had it in my notes. I knew you were gonna bring it up. I just had a feeling.
Yeah.
So Ferrari launched a new women's racing line of clothes, which is, where is his
Mm-hmm.
name? I swear, guys, I did write it down. Oh, I cannot never say it. Rocco Iannone. I'm so sorry. I'm probably saying this wrong. But the first collection launched in spring summer 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, every season they've had one. And he is basically the creative designer for it, and he has done an amazing job.
Yeah, these are beautiful. Especially just the normal wear. These are beautiful.
Yes.
There's the sweater that there's I think it's a black one or
a
like
belt
a greenish one. It's so cute. I feel like for us here in Southern California, I wouldn't wear it, but if it were to get colder, if I travel out of the States, hopefully I do, but I definitely grab it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this one. This one is falda corta en denim paintbrush.
Yeah.
And it has the top, the top and the sweater, but the top is a jacket style.
Yes, you could show
And the skirt too.
Yes. So he's very much inspired by Ferrari.
You can barely see it.
You can barely see it.
We'll probably add it. I'm so sorry.
Pictures. Yeah, so he's obviously inspired by Ferrari about the racing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're known for, their cars. But he is taking it into a couture fashion way of designing clothes, and I really applaud him for that.
You see the horse, but you don't see it
Yes. Also, can we talk about someone who is always very fashionably late? Maybe not late, but he's very fashionable. Mr. Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, spot on.
He leaves
spot
no
on.
crumbs.
Yeah.
No crumbs.
No. There's also this other racer.
Yeah.
He's in Alfa Romero. It's his name. Starts with a Z. I don't remember what it says. Not that I don't appreciate him. I do appreciate him. I always root for him because I'm like, yes, because he just started off. But people were saying that him and Lewis Hamilton, they're like, who's gonna win? How they do MVP, but it's gonna be the most stylish at the paddock, and at
if the paddock wants to invite us to the Las Vegas, because that's the closest one to where we live.
Yeah.
If you guys want to invite us, and then we can just do almost like a red carpet interviewing, manifesting this, right? I will interview the drivers and be like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Usually women get that question, but this is going to be
for men.
What are you wearing? See if they know what they're wearing. If they're just a plain t-shirt, that'll be great too,
Yeah.
We can dive deep into that.
Mr. Lewis Hamilton will be like, I am wearing
He will be like,
Dolce
Gucci,
Gabbana,
baby.
whatever. Yeah, I feel like he would tell you exactly.
La Roche has styled some of his looks.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah,
love him.
I did know that.
Best stylist out there. Well, one of the best stylists out there.
But yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff as well. I think because they know it's more women's are more being drawn into it, which is grateful, because I feel like if you think about football or soccer, all this
Typical
stuff,
men.
not a lot. It's
Dominated sports.
I'm a fan or whatever, but it's probably because of your husband or your boyfriend or your father, but it's not because you truly love the sport. I haven't seen a lot of women love it because
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
To kind of correct, I think what I understand you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So nobody gets insulted.
Yeah.
I think it's just the F1 community, especially on TikTok, social media, Twitter. It's a very different community. Okay. And I believe that it is because I will always have an excuse to bring on One Direction, okay? But I believe that at least more than 50% of the girlies at one point were One Direction fans.
Because they're sad, because we're still waiting.
And
18 months? My ass. We're still waiting.
And so, because if you look at it, like, the way we followed One Direction, the way we would do memes, the way we would do merch, even to this day, is similar to the community, the girly community in F1. So,
No.
just putting that out there.
No.
Just saying that's what Natalie's trying to say.
Yeah. Not saying that you shouldn't like the sport and all that, but no, like, you're totally okay, but like, it's just like how you said, it's just the community. I feel like it's more inviting.
Yes.
Than other ones. I mean, from my experiences and from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But yes, this one's more inviting, and I actually appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. I know, I was like, that was the rush.
I was lying.
Okay, so some other honorable mentions that we have seen on the runway that have been inspired by racing is the Spring 2001 collection by Dolce & Gabbana. Go back and look at it. I will probably put a couple of things on our Instagram stories so that way you guys can see. But the vibe that they're going for is definitely like a wag, you know, for those of you who don't know what that phrase is. What is that phrase, Natalie?
Wife and girlfriend.
Of a racer. And so they're very much giving that vibe of like, I am the girlfriend or the wife of this driver. And then this is my outfit, right? And so you have like the jacket, but you also have dresses. But then it's like, I don't know, it's like inspired by racing without you losing that feminine touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, when you see the pictures, you guys will understand the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that's very well known, and they have this very like punk vibe, but this specific collection was their fall 2017 collection. It was the Namila RTW. Probably saying that wrong, I am so sorry, but they're very New York street style based, right? And so like their style is, and so on their outfits for that specific collection, they have like flames going everywhere, and obviously
like
they have male genitalia. That's what they're known for. To have that in the design somehow, but they do it in a very like rebel street style kind of way. And then another brand that I found, this is the last one I'll talk about, is 2J's. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. I don't know if you guys know, but I found them through Instagram while I was doing my research, and they're very much like dedicated to like racing. Like all of their outfits are things that you would wear if you were a biker, or you know, you were like this, like literally Patrick Star and SpongeBob on my shirt. But their jewelry is very much what they're known for. And definitely go stalk their Instagram page. I did. And you can definitely get that vibe of like, you are in the thick of being in the middle of a race. Yeah. In the thick of it. So those are like kind of the very fashionable things that come to my mind, if that makes any sense, when we're talking about racing and things inspired by racing. Yeah. Collections, clothing.
We started it and now we're ending it, but with Ferrari again. Yes.
Okay.
Tell me how many times I did it. But Ferrari, recently for us, because when this gets uploaded, it's probably going to be like a month or so after.
Oh,
but
Natalie was devastated.
I was devastated.
I know
but
what you're going to talk about.
No, but like, I wasn't even going to talk about that just yet.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about how they now you made me lose my train of thought.
Because we're looking at the camera. We gotta look at our besties.
I have to look away, guys, to think about it. Also, I tend to kind of like, what's it? That's the term.
You don't give
doze off. I doze off, and like
ADHD, baby.
Yes, and so like if you're talking to me and I'm not looking at you, it's not because I not listening to you. I just doze off, or like if I'm
she
staring,
cuts you off and with a completely different, which I just did to you, sorry, but with like a completely different topic. Like in the middle of a conversation, she's not doing it to be rude. She's literally has ADHD.
But anyways, So Ferrari had launched the new women's racing line. So they have a separate one. They have the racing line, but they also have like a full like clothing collection. So there's two different ones. But they had just put it out, and at the time, she was the girlfriend of a Ferrari racer, Miss Isa Hernandez.
Yes.
Love her.
Love her.
She's such a cinnamon roll. But she was
She also
kind
has a
of...
podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, she does. It's called Esta es Moda podcast. But she was basically like, it was her and another somebody else, but she was kind of like the head of it, and
She designed it, or
well, not designed it, but she was like in the pictures and everything that was promo, she was one of the main ones with another girl. I forgot her name though.
like models. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's an interview of her talking about it and like all this stuff. So it was kind of cute, and I was kind of appreciative because it's like, yeah, like she's not a Ferrari driver, but she like it's not because of that. And also she knows about fashion because she studied that. She was a journalist and all that stuff. But
I love that. And so like they did a collab basically.
Yeah. And then
somebody call up Natalie for Charles.
And then she, but now she did her own, I think it's her own line, her own collab with someone of her clothes, but it has nothing to do with F1. But I loved her. And I think when we wrote this down, we were planning this, they were still together. And when we are now recording it, they're not. And for me, it's so heartbreaking because I was like, they're just so sweet. Like, they're
Were they your parents?
Yeah, they're my other mom and dad.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Who's your first mom and dad? I mean, besides our real mom and dad. But who's your first?
Harry Styles and Taylor Swift.
Queen. Yeah.
Divorced. I'm a divorced.
Child of divorce.
Child of divorce.
Twice
now with them.
Not in real life.
Not in real life. But... also Zendaya and Tom Holland, if anything happens to them.
No, don't bring them into this. You're saying you're a child of divorce, and then
that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping not. Cruz.
Cruz.
But yeah. So I think with all that being said,
yes.
Now stands the question of what's the future for F1 for the racers and their suits, for men and women, and for as well as kind of tying in the fashion world to it. Yeah. Creating clothing that have to relate to the racing world. Inspiration, and like...
And the community, I think, too, of building the bridge between the girlies and sports.
Yeah, you can't see us, but we're trying to make a bridge with our fingers. You can see us on our YouTube, but you can't see us on our podcast on Spotify, but we are trying to make a little bridge.
Hold on. You come.
Okay, let's try it.
Bridge.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Anyways, but yeah. So what's
People
the future?
Healed with that.
Okay, Oprah.
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Keep going. Go off.
Go off, Queen. Anyways, but that just brings the question to ask to you, the listeners, is what do you think is in store for the future for racing gear and like clothing related to that?
Yes. Queen.
What does the history mean to them? Like everything that has happened both tragically and miraculously of them living or not, like have people taken that and reconsidered basically how they're designing these clothes for them, not just designing the new cars for each season, but
what they wear
for them. Is that something important? Because we don't hear that as often as we do of the new cars, the new upgrades and stuff.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, that's true. But we need to
talk about for the racer safety. And everything from gloves to suit to what they're wearing under to their helmet to their shoes as well. Like that has a lot to do with it. Yeah. So it's just
yeah. Also, if you guys, for those of you who are designer queenies, or even if you want to do this, if you guys could sketch out your perfect F1 outfit, like a racer outfit, or even just like an outfit inspired.
If you were a wag, what would you do?
What would you wear?
What would you wear
for
press,
quali,
for practice, for quali, for race?
Yes. So
for your favorite drivers.
For your drivers. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys sketch out your inspirations for this episode. So, you know, if you were a wag, what would you wear? Or if you have an idea for a cool racing suit, you know, definitely go ahead, be inspired, and let us see it. Please tag us. I would love to see it. Or if you guys come up with any cool outfits, please let me know. Or if you guys are wearing any cool outfits, if you guys are going to any of the races, please. I love watching videos of outfits, you know, or get ready with me. So definitely tag us and all that. And love you guys. See you guys next week.